We're now welcoming into the Huddle Argonauts defensive lineman Flo Orimolade. Flo, what's going on, man?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Doing well, doing well. It's getting colder outside.
Yeah,
The
it's not bad,
CFL playoffs are near. How you guys feeling going? I mean, obviously you've had a phenomenal season so far. I mean, you personally, the team as well. You guys look like a juggernaut. What's sort of the vibe around the Argos locker room right now?
Honestly, we're just trying to get better each day. 1-0, trying to win each game, win each rep, win each quarter, and we know if you win each quarter, you're gonna win each game, right? So that's honestly how we're taking it.
It's a good approach to have.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, we do know that if we win out, I mean, that's the best team in Argos history. So it's definitely a goal for us, and we're striving towards it.
Love it, love it. I want to ask you about your thoughts on Canada, because you've been here in the CFL for a couple of years now. What maybe surprised you the most about this country?
Surprised me the most. I wasn't expecting that question. So I was in Calgary first.
Yeah.
Calgary is very different from Toronto. I liked Calgary while I was there, but Toronto is like big city. It's a lot. I feel like Toronto's a bit more Americanized than the other Canadian cities I've been to. Maybe Vancouver a little bit too. But I feel like at the end of the day, there's their own culture, especially in Toronto. There's their own culture, and there's their own sense of pride around their country. So, I mean, playing the CFL game is unique to only Canada, right? So, it's cool to be able to be adopted into their own way of things and seeing a whole new game. In my opinion, a more exciting game. So, yeah.
Like it. You mentioned like the CFL and the uniqueness of it. Are there any rules that took you by surprise when you first were learning about the CFL game? Like I know we saw a couple weeks ago like the onside punt. Like,
Yeah, that was crazy.
I feel like there are rules that still come up that sometimes are just a reminder that the CFL is so different sometimes than football.
Yeah, I think the first one that you realize is as a defensive end, the yard off the ball. That takes some getting used to. But I think I think it's made my get off better. Like I have to have an even better get off to kind of make up for that yard. So there's that. But as a fan, like watching it, I think the kicking game is the most interesting thing. Like when you have a 5-yard halo, every return is live. Especially when you have a returner like we have. Like you have Javon Leake, you can go to the house at any time. So. Just watching like as a fan, because at the end of the day nowadays, I mean, I play it, but I'm also a fan of the league too. So just being able to see how any return can go to the house, I think to me that's the most exciting thing to observe.
Talk about being a fan of the league. You're becoming a household name over here. You've had a big season, setting a career high in sacks. I want to ask you about your sack celebration.
Yeah.
Because I think it's pretty unique. Signing the artwork. Where'd you sort of come up with that?
So my friend in college, two of them actually, we used to play this NCAA like video game. So we all make our own. So we all have our team and try to be basically like a sort of franchise essentially. But we each get one creative player each year. And I was thinking about like, dang, what should I name my player in the game? And then my two boys next to me from school, they're like, name him Sac Artiste. So I was like, okay, that works. And then all my friends at school started calling me that. My teammates started calling me Flo Sac Artiste. So I let it stick. And then that celebration was like, okay, any artist signs off on his pieces. So after you make an artwork, make a masterpiece, you sign off on it.
I think I'm ready to crown that as like the best
nickname.
Flo Sac Artiste. And you are becoming, like I said, a Sac Artiste this season. What's maybe what's the key to getting to the quarterback? Because it's hard to do, especially in the CFL.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I'm in a little drought right now for a few games. So as a pass rusher, you want to get one every game.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, you want to get more than one every game. But I think the big thing is being able that I even spoke about my coach with Coach Mace. He was just saying the big thing is being able to impact the game every single game, being able to disrupt him from his set spot. So the biggest thing is to know where his set spot is going to be, whether it's just the yard, like if it's 9 yards or where does he like to escape? Like, if we can get him away from where he wants to go, it will either give another person an opportunity to make a sack, cause an errant throw, or hopefully a turnover. So that's the biggest thing as a pass rusher. You want to create disruption. I think when you constantly create disruption, you'll start to get sacks.
You mentioned coaching a bunch, but also I feel like you've had some great mentorship in the league because you played with a great player in Sean Lemon.
For sure.
And he just recently hit 100 CFL sacks.
Yeah.
He also once called you the best kept secret in the CFL.
Yeah.
What's maybe your favorite story in playing with him?
I can't think of a favorite story, but like I can think of like favorite like things that he's done like to help me with my game. So I don't know, many people don't know, but during the off season we train together. So I mean, we're always trying to like sharpen each other during the off season. That's number one. Being able to learn from, in my opinion, a future Hall of Famer, being this, earlier in my career, being able to learn from him. But I think the biggest thing is that he kind of like you said, like becoming a household name and stuff like that. But like he already like put the stamp on me like long, before, right? Like before I even really, because I was injured a bunch, So even while I was coming off of those injuries, he already was like, no, this is the guy that's next up, And as great as he is, he always says, no, you can be better than me. So it's like, so kind of like putting that, that gives you a lot of confidence. I think a good 50% of the game is like, do you believe that you're, that guy? And he's definitely giving me that type of confidence too. So, yeah.
That's really cool. And like you said, something maybe people don't know is that relationship you have with them, which is really cool and unique. And it's always cool to hear like these guys that, like you said, future Hall of Famer, but also want to lift everyone up around them as well, and leave the game in a better place than when they kind of came in, and help people and just help other players just strive to be that great, which is awesome to see. I think.
Yeah.
I love that. Scouring kind of the internet and doing research for this interview, went on your Twitter, saw some fun stuff. I see you're a soccer and basketball fan.
I love soccer. I love both of them.
Love both of them. Okay, so a couple questions about both specifically, because going back to football and how it relates, I feel like people, they look at wide receivers and maybe they look at D linemen in the same way where basketball players like crossovers and things like that. Are there things that you watch when you're watching soccer and basketball and some of your favorite athletes are like, wow, that kind of translates to football, and how can I kind of put my own spin on that on the gridiron like they're doing on the basketball court?
I actually was playing basketball before I played football. So I didn't play football until 10th grade. So I really feel like, especially pass rushing, I mean, I'm not a receiver, but I would imagine they say the same thing. But pass rushing, like when you think about like your in out, like I think of it like a spin move. 'Cause I really like spin move too. Like kind of like an in and out dribble, put it forward and then spin. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. I literally think about it like that. So like if like sometimes when I'm making moves, because I want them to look like each other. So I'm thinking about like, okay, like like a dead dribble and then you bring it back. You know what I mean? That's how I rush. And honestly, my coach in college, one of my coaches in college, D-line coach, he was like, just think about it like you're playing basketball. Like, and that for me, clicked. It clicked, because I was struggling with a little bit of the, kind of putting the moves together. Like, I was good with the hands, but my feet was kind of like, I was shortchange steps and stuff like that. So I just thought, all right, think about it like you're playing basketball. So for me, that worked. So
it translates. Yeah. That's cool. That's really cool.
We know you're a big fan of both of these sports. First off, I gotta hear what teams you support, and then I want to know if you have any. What's your hottest take?
Hottest take. Well, okay, my teams. I'll do that first. Man U and Barcelona.
He's a United fan.
Yeah,
there you go.
We're struggling right
Tough
now.
Tough times right now. But that's okay. That's okay. We're getting better days, hopefully.
We're struggling right now.
So Man U and Barcelona.
Yeah.
And then basketball, do you Raptors?
Basketball.
Or not?
Not yet. Maybe soon, though.
Okay.
Because, it was cool. We were in training camp when they won in 2019.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. Being in Canada, wow. The Raptors won. But as of now, maybe, the Wizards are on the chopping block. That's where I'm from the DC area.
So Wizards.
The Wizards are on the chopping block.
Now. Like, it's,
So I might be switching from the Wizards to the Raptors. So it's that team and the Lakers, whatever the team LeBron's on. So now it's the Lakers. So that's actually how I got into Barcelona, whatever team Messi's on.
So is that like the controversial take that you have in like soccer, basketball? Like LeBron is the GOAT, Messi's the GOAT? Because I feel like those are the two sports that have. I don't know. It's not controversial because I think I agree with both. But like those are the two debates that I feel like when you're on the internet, nothing gets more heated than the Messi, Ronaldo, or LeBron, Jordan. No one gets more fired up about anything than those two.
I mean, I agree. I think the Messi one, to me, is clear.
I think
you talk about championship, goal, assist ratio, interplay, like goal score.
He does it all.
He does it all. LeBron, I think, is a closer one because he doesn't have like a clear more championships. But I think when you sustain greatness for that long and that consistent, along with high, very, very high peaks, I think that you have to be the greatest. But
I think
that's just me.
I think it's perfect that we're talking about greatness and the GOAT debate because we always like to end these shows with a segment called 3 Downs.
All right.
Pass rushers, best 3 of all time. Who do you got?
All time
in football.
CFL,
like the best guys
NFL,
who ever
just guys you enjoy.
Put their hand in the dirt and gone after and sacked the quarterback.
I gotta pick the guys that I've seen. Number 1, I'm going Von Miller. Actually, we're cutting 3 ticks too. Aaron Donald is number 1. Von Miller's number 2. And then number 3, I think is unpopular take. I'm gonna go TJ Watt.
I love that take.
He's so
good. I think TJ Watt is like, body work speaks for itself. When he's on the field, not only are his stats off the charts, but like Steelers don't lose with TJ Watt. Like he's single-handedly takes over games.
He's incredible.
I can really buy into that top 3.
I've got no arguments there. As a Broncos fan, Von Miller, watching like the way he bends, it's just like how does your body do that, and you're able to maintain that control and speed within it all? Like it's.
Yeah.
You guys are unbelievable pass rushers, man. Like, holy crap. The athleticism you have to be a pass rusher, I feel like is probably underrated a little bit.
Anyways, Flo, thanks for joining us today. We wish you best of luck rest of the season, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Go Argos.